I may call rounds. I was in a quadribitio. Teacher, on my work on short, which was in the exercise book. But now they brought exercise book, which we can give to those people who are not having the exercise book, the needy people. So we thank them very much for the donation that they give to us.
Some of the items that we provided, the notebooks, erasers, sharpeners, pens, chalk, many different school supplies, because we understand the situation here at this particular school. So we saw an opportunity to help our brothers and sisters, and we did not hesitate. What inspires us and constantly keeps us going is the current situation with our people. All right, we hate to see our people oppressed, and we hate to see our people living in poor conditions. I come from the States, North America, all right, but when I come over here to Ghana, I see my brothers and sisters at a lower state. So it's the least that we could do is to donate and help our people, and most importantly, we're trying to unite, all right? So that's our motivation, that's what keeps us going, to gather the 12 tribes of Israel together. We're not Ghanaians, we're not Americans, we are the Israelites according to the Bible.
And when we bet me a Sunday, not a chef for the bet Sadia, do one and Israel United in Christ.
Christian is thrown out there very loosely today. According to the Bible, the Christians are Israelites. The form of Christianity as you know it today stems from Roman Catholicism. Many of our people don't understand that Roman Catholicism is responsible for our slavery.
A woman in Orlando was found hanging from a tree. Orlando police have said they believe she committed suicide.
But her family thinks that someone else is responsible for her death. West Houston Tonight, Gabriel explains why her loved ones and activists are now calling for accountability.
They're treating us like we the suspect. They're not communicating with us. They're not giving my mom the luxury of knowing what's going on with her daughter. They see it in less than 48 hours as suicide. Come on now.
The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are the children of Israel.
That's right.
And the reason why these things continue to happen to our people, we stood up here and we heard testimonies from all different families, and it's the same thing. We're suffering from oppression. We're suffering from the things that happened to us from the days that we got off those slave ships.
We were able to come up and bring forth solutions to our people. We were able to bring forth that we are the Israelites. That this nation that we're seeking after is not going to be able to help us.
Hazelou, we got a bishop on deck. See what I'm saying? Hazelou, we got a bishop on deck. Hazelou, we got a bishop on deck. Hazelou, see my bishop on deck. All the rise and feet, so respect. All these dead dogs get checked. Hey, see what I'm saying? Hey, shout him out. Shout him out. Tuesday. Put in work. Reach the people. See my bishop. He don't play. Shout him out. Tuesday. Shout him out. Tuesday. Put in work. Reach the people. See my bishop. He don't play. Shout him out. Tuesday. Shout him out. Tuesday. Put in work. Reach the people. See my bishop. He don't play. Shout him out. Tuesday. Shout him out. Tuesday. Put in work. Reach the people. See my bishop. He don't play. Hazelou, we got the bishop on deck. On deck. Hazelou, we got the bishop on deck. See what I'm saying? Hazelou, we got the bishop on deck.
Shalom, brothers. Shalom, sisters. Bishop Nathaniel here. You know what day it is. That's right. It is Shout Out Tuesday. It's Shout Out Tuesday. And you know how I love to read your letters of exhortation and your donations of support. But before I do that, I often love to give a little bit of our hidden history. All right. So I want you to get your libations and get your diet food. That's right. I said your diet food. I ain't saying comfort food no more. Because some of you are eating yourselves into oblivion. You getting KFC, you getting Wendy's, you getting McDonald's, you getting Popeyes. Your blood pressure on high. You got gout in your ankles. Some of you got diabetes because of your bad eating habits. So I ain't saying that no more. So I'm saying, get your diet food, get your libations. All right? And let's take a look at today's hidden history, and I'll be right back. An account of Timbuktu and Hausa by El-Hajj Abd Salam Shabini, with notes which is added, letters descriptive of travels through West and South Barbary and across the mountains of Atlas, fragments, notes, and anecdotes, etc. by J.G.J. If we could take a look at this, and it reads, Yehudi, a place of great trade. This place is reported to be inhabited by one of the lost tribes of Israel, possibly an emigration from the tribe of Judah. Yehuda in African Arabic signifies Judah. Yehudi signifies Jew. It is not impossible, let's read that again, it is not impossible that many of the lost tribes of Israel may be found dispersed in the interior regions of Africa. When we shall become better acquainted with that continent, it is certain that some of the nations that possess the country eastward of Palestine, when the Israelites were a favored nation, have immigrated to Africa. Boom. Y'all see that? The Nautical Magazine, Naval Chronicle, January 1870. So I wanted y'all to see that. Okay. I'm going to start with the underlined area, which led the Roman Catholic missionaries who labored here during the 16th and 17th centuries to the conclusion that they had found black Jews in Loango. So what I want to do now is focus on the kingdom of Loango just for a moment. Now, y'all know the name Loango was a pre-colonial name, okay, between the 16th and 19th century. It is now called the Congo. I believe it's Western Congo, Gabon, and a place called Gabina. Okay, you can see it there. And look, I want y'all to look at the drawing that was done of Loango. It wasn't a broke down place. It was a thriving city. Take a look. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Now, here's a sign, museum, region of the Congo. Now, I want you to look at these drawings that were done of our brothers and sisters in the Congo. Look how they're dressed, colorful clothing. Okay, I want you to just check it out. Not barbaric at all. Okay. And there's a king, there's a ruler right there sitting on a throne. You can see Loango at the bottom. Look at here. Okay. This is what I want y'all to see. Now I'm going to get to some photographs. These are the photographs that were done in Loango. Look at them. They look like our brothers and sisters today. Your relatives today. This is what we got to understand. This is what we have to teach and believe. Remember, this is how, the white man conquered us and destroyed us and enslaved us. All right, I'm in this next book entitled A History of the Jews, From the Babylonian Exile to the Present by Solomon Grazel. And I'm going to go over to page 243, I believe it is. All right, now we're on page 246, The Prophet and Islam. I'm only reading the highlighted sections, all right, regarding Muhammad. All right, that's what we're talking about, Muhammad. He announced himself a prophet, the chief prophet, the greatest that ever lived, greater than Moses, and greater than Jesus, upon whom he also looked as one of the prophets. These prophecies were subsequently put together into a book which Muhammad meant to rival the Bible of the Jews and the Christians. The Mohammedans still regarded the Quran as God's latest message. Let's jump down. But the Jews from among the Jewish tribes that lived in or near Yathrib would have nothing to do with him. They saw him a man no better than any other, for in his personal life, Muhammad was not much more moral than his pagan relatives. They laughed at him for his ignorance of the Bible, for Muhammad had never really studied it thoroughly and as a result made some bad mistakes. They absolutely refused to have anything to do with some of the methods and ideas which Muhammad set forth, for many pagan customs remained part of the Islam he preached. He became angry, filled his new revelations with accusations against the Jews, and decided to destroy them. That's the sub-Saharan slave trade. Muhammad attacked the Jewish tribes one by one, destroying each one in turn, confiscating their property, sometimes killing the men and enslaving the women, sometimes sending the whole tribe into exile. This destruction of the Jews accomplished two things for Muhammad. He could now put out that God was on his side and always gave him victory, and he could use the Jewish booty, meaning bounty, to support his movement and lure more people to his camp. The result was that a large number of Arabs joined him. Let's go down. Before Muhammad's death, only 10 years after his flight from Mecca, all Arabia rang with the cry, Allah is God and Muhammad is his prophet. Remember, the Jews he was killing were the black Jews, the real Jews. That's who he was killing at this time. Now, that was some good stuff right there, if I do say so myself, and I do. It was good. They ain't teaching you that in church. They ain't teaching you that in the mosque. They ain't teaching you that in school, your regular public school. They ain't teaching you none of this. They ain't teaching you this. Black Muslims sure as hell ain't teaching you a damn thing about this. Shoot, get on my daggone nerves. Will not tell the truth, will not speak the truth. So what we're going to do right now is take a look at today's clip regarding the Arab slave trade. That's right, I'm still dealing with the Arabs. I'm not done with you guys yet and your religion of Islam. I'm not done with you. I need y'all to share these videos with your black Muslim friends, your Latino Muslim friends. Share them all. Or the ones you even think that's even best, share it to them and have them comment. Make a comment, please. I want to see if you can prove that what's being brought out in these videos about Islam is fact, fiction, truth, or lies. I'm giving you history books, and most of all, I'm giving you Bible. What they giving? Word of mouth, the big lips stuck out, arms folded. Shoot, that ain't saying nothing. They might be talking loud, but they ain't saying nothing. Y'all remember that song? Anyway, let's take a look at today's clip, and I'll be right back with my biblical commentary, all right?
Thus, in terms of numbers, Arabia's 9.85 million is not far behind the conservative estimate of nearly 12 million African victims of the Atlantic slave trade. Some African historians, though, reject these figures on the grounds that they are too low. They suggest over 50 million Africans were shipped out during the Atlantic trade alone. According to some researchers, another 4.1 million Africans were shipped across the Red Sea to the Persian Gulf and India. This trade also, with the notable exception of some Portuguese involvement in the area of Mozambique and of 18th and 19th century French exports to islands under their control in the Indian Ocean, was largely conducted by Muslims. Throughout the 19th century, the Omani Arab rulers of Zanzibar shipped hundreds of thousands of African slaves to work on clove plantations on the island. It was this trade that gave Europe and America so much satisfaction after abolishing their own trade in African slaves, to highlight the wickedness of the Arab slavers.
Alrighty then. That was some good stuff, brothers and sisters. That was some good stuff. What we're going to do now, I want to deal with what is the curse of Ham. Now, in the history clip, I showed you in the history book that the curse of Ham was put upon the Jews, the black Jews, by Pope Pius V. He was originally born Antonio Ghislieri. Okay, he was pope around the late 1500s. Now, Christians and Muslims use this lie about us being cursed, the cursed seed of Ham, as a pretext to enslave our people. And guess what? Under Islamic law, if you were Muslim, you could not be enslaved. However, they made an exception for black Muslims, you big dummies. Now let's see if Ham was cursed, or was it his son Canaan, and what was the curse? So Genesis chapter 9, and I'll start at verse 20. Now this is after the flood, Noah gets drunk, okay? Genesis 9, I'll start at verse 20. And Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard. So he got off the ark, he planted a vineyard. And he drank of the wine and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. So he was naked. Verse 22. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father. So Ham walks in and looks at his father Noah and told his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders and went backwards. They walked in backwards and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. They did not look at his naked body. Verse 24. And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his youngest son had done unto him. So obviously, Ham had mocked or did something to Noah. Generally, it's termed, he mocked him. Verse 25, and he said, cursed be Canaan. So now notice, Noah does not curse Ham, he curses his son, Canaan. Now you know that'll hurt a father if the son is cursed. Verse 25 again, and he said, cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. Y'all see that? So the curse that came upon Canaan, not Ham, the curse that came upon Canaan was to be a servant of servants. Okay? Then it says, and he said, blessed be the Lord God of Shem. So Shem was blessed above all, and Canaan shall be his servant. Okay, so that was the curse. Okay? That Canaan would be a servant to Shem. Now, this is why a lot of you don't understand that when we took the land of Canaan, it was because our servants, the Canaanites, had it. And whatever your servant owns or has, it rightfully belongs to their master, which was us. Because some of y'all jump on and talk about, oh, the Israelites stole the land of Canaan. We didn't steal nothing. It belonged to us because our servant of servants had the land, the Canaanites. Okay. Now, remember.
Attention, Israel. Shout Out Tuesday will no longer be hosted on YouTube. For all future viewing, go over to and subscribe to IUIC TV. And remember, stay in the spirit. Shalom. Most High in Christ bless.